We have another call. We have Mr. Zafar Brooks on the line, who is the Corporate Social Responsibility and Diversity Inclusion Director for Hyundai Motor America. Good afternoon, Zafar.
Hey, good afternoon. How are you?
Oh, good to see you again.
It's good to
Well, we kind of seeing you. You see, we have your picture up.
There you go.
Well, then you're too kind. Well, thank you for having me back this year at a time zone that's not dark 30 for me, right?
Right, right,
I think
right,
you're on like
right.
5 in the morning last year or something.
Yes.
Well, first, I'd like to introduce you to my co-host. This is my afternoon show, and these are my co-hosts, including Cheryl Ajamu is one of my regular co-hosts too. But first, I have Mr. Robert Thomas.
How's it going, Mr. Brooks?
Hi there. How are you?
Great.
And Chris Sumrall, nice to talk to you today, Mr. Brooks.
Likewise. Nice to talk to you.
And hi, Zafar. It's Cheryl.
Hi, Cheryl. How are you?
Great. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you so much for having us.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you and again this year, next month, in a few weeks. In fact, you enjoyed the whole auto show thing, don't you?
I do indeed. I'm a sort of a student of the business. Been doing this now. Brenda starts my 29th year next year. If you
You're
can believe that.
kidding.
I don't feel like I can say that, but 29 years of this industry, and I do. It's in my blood, and I bleed it. It's in my blood.
Well, before I ask you my first other question, I want to tell you Robert right here drives a Hyundai.
Yeah. Hyundai Sonata.
I love it. Congratulations.
Great.
Okay, and Hyundai is an automobile company that believes in diversity. The company's diversity slogan is, "We are best when we are all included." That's a great one. Can you please tell me why diversity is important to Hyundai?
Well, again, thank you, Brenda. I'm so happy to be back on your show. I enjoyed being with you last year, and I congratulate you for all the good work that you continue to do in the city of Detroit as well with others. And I also would just say to Stephen A. Smith, I look forward to seeing him. He's a true professional. I agree with what you said. I love his work, and he's knowledgeable. He's an expert, and he's someone that I personally just enjoy hearing from. So I can't wait to be there with him in a few weeks and get to meet him in person. Now, with respect to the issue of diversity at Hyundai, I'm always proud to talk about the work that my company is doing and our commitment. The short answer to your question is Hyundai values diversity as a pillar of our strength. You know, you'll hear us talk about it's core to the DNA of our business. You know, we just instinctively get this, that what makes us different can also make us better. And we believe in that different ideas and thoughts brought to the workplace can make our out product a better product. So our statement means we're better when all are included. It just means that we consider various inputs in making our decision, but we also want people to feel comfortable bringing their ideas and their whole selves to the decision table without having to feel like they can't be who they are. So the second part of our statement, certainly you read the first part of our statement, we're better when all included. But the second part of our statement is, and our differences make us better. And that's really who we are at our DNA, at our core, and we're so proud of that work. And I'm proud of an organization like Hyundai that makes that such a high priority for the company.
Wow. Rob has a question for you.
And Mr. Brooks, I have a quick question for you, and I want to congratulate you and Honda for consistently being consistently being one of the top 10 U.S. automotive brands, especially when you consider the highest percentage of women in minority-owned dealerships.
Right.
How does that make you feel?
Well, the short answer is great. It makes me feel great to know, again, as I said, when our company talks about we're better when everyone's included, you know, you want to be able to live those values out loud as well and not just be sort of a bumper sticker slogan. But, you know, the marketplace continues to evolve, and we strive to have a dealer body and a supply base that's reflective of the marketplace. And so to see the growth of women and minorities as franchise owners and business leaders in their own communities, I think reflects not only the growth of the market and the growth of where we are right now as a society, but I think it demonstrates the commitment that Hyundai has in ensuring that we provide the opportunities for people, a fair opportunity for people to be able to realize their dreams and their aspirations. These women and men represent people in the communities they live in. They employ people. They invest in their businesses. They put their own debt capital on the line every day. It's great livings for many people and themselves. So we're real proud to work with these men and women and the work that they're doing. And it certainly feels good to know that Hyundai is a brand that has a good high representation of folks in our sector.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Brooks. And I can feel the emotion and how really you are passionate about it. It makes me think of a saying that people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And Hyundai shows a great deal of social responsibility by raising funds through the organization Hyundai Hope on Wheels, which fights childhood cancer. What are some of the other community service efforts that your company promotes, and how would people, find out more about those?
Sure. Thank you for asking the question, and thank you for speaking about our Hope on Wheels program. So I have the great fortune in my job to do really two things. I lead our corporate foundation, and I lead our diversity and inclusion work. And within the corporate foundation, the umbrella that we carry our message on is doing good things together. And what that means is we work with the communities in which we work and live and try to make society a better place. And we've got 4 areas we focus on: children's health and safety, the environment, education, and community volunteering. And under the area of children's health and safety, as you said, we are committed to childhood cancer research, to finding a cure to pediatric cancer. Many of your viewers and listeners may not know this, but today, Hyundai, through its Hope on Wheels program and the partnership with its local dealer body, we are the second largest funder of childhood cancer research in the nation right now.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Great.
We funded about $73 million in research in the last 15 years for pediatric cancer. In fact, there's about 300 active research projects going on all across the nation. Programs like right there in Ann Arbor and Detroit and Lansing are all current grantees that are funded, that are doing amazing research work on behalf of finding a cure for the disease. But we're also doing some interesting stuff in STEM, the science, technologies, education, engineering, and mathematics, the STEM discipline. And we partnered with a group called Mind Research Institute. And what they essentially have done is they've taken mathematics and they've sort of married it to video game technology, for the lack of a better term. I'm certainly not doing it justice, but really understanding what they call spatial temporal and helping these kids to improve their understanding of mathematics. And we've partnered with them, and we funded 22 of these math research labs across the nation in elementary schools, K-6, as a way to help children improve their understanding of STEM. And in the long run, of course, that is to help improve high school graduation rates and to improve the access for these young men and women to be working men and women and being prepared for the workforce of the 21st century.
And that's excellent, Zafar, because math and science are 2 subjects that kind of get some students down.
Yes.
And a lot of times some of them want to give up, but a lot of the schools have the STEM program, and it's an excellent program, and it's wonderful that Hyundai is backing that program.
We are indeed. We've been working with Mind now for about 3 years. As I said, we're in about 22 schools, and I'd love to be able to send you some information maybe off the air that gives you a little sense of what the progress is, but the simple answer is we've seen these schools in Washington, D.C. and others where the schools were performing under standard in terms of K-6 mathematics that are now not only performing at standard, but in many cases are leading their school district.
Oh, that's
know
wonderful.
That is the key to the future, which is education and preparing these young people. And then I guess lastly, our community activities and giving back to local communities. In fact, this year, for the 5th year, we'll partner with Focus Hope right there in Detroit.
Wow.
We do a project we call Coach for Kids, and we provide new winter coats for families and children. With Focus Hope, we'll bring 1,000 winter coats this year to Detroit.
Thank you.
To help those in need to have maybe just a little warmer winter, and knowing that their friends at Hyundai are also on their side.
Thank you so
Awesome.
much.
Awesome.
Awesome, right there.
Great work.
Focus Hope is such a wonderful organization also. Well, you're the proud major sponsor of the Ajamu Group's Multicultural Media Luncheon again this year. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Why do you why do you believe that this luncheon is important to the North American International Auto Show?
Well, I think the lunch is important for a number of reasons. First of all, Cheryl is awesome. So that is one of the important reasons. Cheryl and her team, the Ajamu Group, they do so much, and they are such a well-respected organization that we were honored when the opportunity came this year to come back and be a partner with them, because the work they do is really to be commended. I work with a lot of organizations, and I got to tell you, she's that top 1%. She's the organization that does everything the right way, professionally, and represents her business and her community in a very proud way. So Cheryl deserves a whole lot of the reason why we came back to be a part of, and her team, a part of this, a part of her event. I think it's important as a part of the North American International Auto Show, not unlike we started earlier talking about diversity. I think to reflect on the fact that the auto market has changed. It continues to change.
Yes.
I think you know that last year was the first year, I think it was the first year ever in the U.S. that the birth rate of whites outstripped whites. So the minority is continuing to grow in this country in terms of the population and in terms of the growth rate. And so the role that minorities and women have had in the auto industry, I think, is just very significant as it continues to evolve, as it continues to grow. So the fact that Cheryl takes a bit of time through her organization to give recognition to people who may otherwise have not gotten recognition, and to encourage this young talent and these new talent, I think is to be commended. And I think it's a marvelous part of the auto show season every year that we so look forward to.
Well, Zafar, I really, really thank you for coming on my afternoon show this year. Last year, you had to get up a lot earlier because we had that morning show last January. And I just appreciate you so much. You just have such a good spirit about you. And I can't wait to see you at the luncheon, and hopefully I'll get to sit at your table again.
I would be proud and honored if you would, and we look forward to having a lot of good fun there, and perhaps you guys will order a little warmer weather this year, huh?
Well,
We'll see about that.
That may be beyond our reach. Now,
Absolutely.
Cheryl, you have some closing statements for?
Yeah, I just want to say, Zafar, you and your team are so great to work with, and I appreciate the opportunity that you give me as a small business to work with such a large and prestigious organization such as Hyundai. So thank you so much. We appreciate it. And your sponsorship helps a lot of the small businesses that we partner with to help put the event on. So you're not just helping the Ajamu Group, you're helping a lot of the small businesses that we work with around the country to help put this together. So we appreciate your sponsorship. And as you know, we've had a lot of attendees buy vehicles. So we're selling product for you too. So we appreciate the partnership, and thanks again. Thanks for everything.
You know, I've mistaken that Hyundai for Mercedes-Benz.
I get that all the time too.
No, serious.
No,
like
I'm
that
serious.
Genesis.
I'm serious. And matter of fact, I've learned so much today. I'm thinking about buying another one there.
That Genesis.
Well, I appreciate your commitment to the product, and thank you, Cheryl, for the kind words. And again, Brenda, congrats for all the good work you're doing. We can't wait to see you in just a few short weeks.
Oh, for sure. And thank you so much. And you have a good rest of the day.
Thank you. Thank you.
We appreciate you guys. Take it easy, okay?
All right,
Okay.
Zafar.
For
Thanks a lot.
sure.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Well, that was so wonderful.
Great.
I mean, just
I'd just like to say hats off to
let's give her a hand.
Definitely,
Mr.
Cheryl.
Ajamu
Yeah.
and the wonderful job that obviously you're doing, bringing in a diverse group of individuals, anywhere from automotive executives to sports journalists like Stephen A., and the list goes on. And great kudos to you It's an honor and a privilege to be a co-host with you. And
WHPR is a proud media sponsor.
Yes. Thank you,
absolutely.
RJ.
Definitely.
So everyone, we will see you again next week, next Friday. And thanks for joining us today. And thank you, co-hosts.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Oh,
you, Brenda.
my pleasure.
Take
My
care.
pleasure. We'll see you all next week. Be safe.
Have a good day.
Let's bring the issues